Hey! Is this not why you were here?
I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever.
Oh, all right, guys. Welcome back to the Hood Rats podcast, the most underrated, underprivileged, and undocumented podcast. So this will actually be episode 77. So welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to the show. In front of me, the guy that makes it all happen, the creator, Louis, and of course, your co-host. Yeah, right. Co-host, Alex. There's nobody here. Yeah. I'm missing you, Gio, a little extra right now. I'm missing everybody.
Gio. We gotta get Gio back on somehow. We gotta change up the schedule. He's at work right now. Also, JD. We can work for them now, probably not, huh? I don't think weekends are good because they also work. Who knows?
I don't know, but I mean, we could I don't know. Maybe in the future we could probably fix
something, huh?
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I probably would. In theory, like to work earlier during the week, just because we're more fresh.
Yeah.
I also don't mind the end of the week, but sometimes at the end of the week, it's just fuck, you're a little bit tired.
Also, it comes up on Friday, so it should be before Friday. So we should. Because if we record after Friday, we have to pre-record an episode.
Oh yeah, that's true. So we'll probably have to record fucking an episode in advance.
Before it kind of was weird. It was very weird because we'll be 2 months behind on the trend. And because we record twice a day, and then it'll come out, and then we'll record again after, and then it's more urgent, and so it'll be 2 months talking about current events that happened 2 months ago, which was now we're closer to the actual time. Today, we're making it to the quarterfinals, Madrid. Shout out to Heber and Theo and JD and myself, and you are you're a part of it.
I'm a part of it.
You're watching greatness from a distance.
I saw the PKs.
The PKs, the fucking fuck soccer. The soccer sucks.
It's funny because I was watching that shit, and then after that, the Boyka movie started playing in Spanish. Boyka.
Boyka. What is that?
You know who Boyka is?
Boyka.
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 Boyka. Boyka.
No, what is that?
Oh, it's the guy from. Do you ever heard the movie Undisputed?
No.
So it's the guy that he does martial arts, bro. He's this one dude that he's supposedly the best fighter in the world. And
black guy?
No, he's I want to say in the film he's Russian or something, but the guy's actually British. His name, I think it's Scott something, and he's supposedly the best. It's a series, bro. It's kind of like the Kickboxer series, the Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. So he's supposedly the best fighter in the world. And he fights underground tournaments and stuff, and I don't even know what Undisputed movie I was watching because I think there's a few where he's in prison and shit, and he has to kind of fight his way out because he's a prisoner working, and then at night it turns into a kind of an underground fucking fight thing, and they just kind of fucking I guess they're fighting for freedom type of thing.
The guards know what's happening.
Yeah, the guards know what's happening. So, the guards kind of, overwork them during the day. So, in the day, they're, working, the field or, they're breaking, rocks or, they're picking at something. And then at night, I guess, the owner of, the field, he has, this tournament at night and, they fight and shit.
Bro, it's funny you brought that up because did you hear what happened last week or this week?
About what?
About the juvenile detention fights?
Oh, yeah, in Downey,
That's literally exactly what you're explaining.
That's true.
The fucking guards were betting or letting the kids fight in Juven. There's a video of two kids fighting, and the guards are just right there, watching and enjoying the fight. The Los Padrinos Detention Center
in Downey, right?
In Downey.
I don't know the name, but I know that it was in Downey.
Yeah, and they called it Gladiator fight. Oh, they had a name for it too, Gladiator.
They had their own fight club.
Yeah, they literally had their own fight club. I'm sure they had betting parlays and all that.
What's rule number 1 of Fight Club though?
Rule number 1 of Fight Club. I've never seen Fight Club.
Oh, you never seen it? It's don't talk about Fight Club.
Don't talk about Fight Club.
Yeah, Fight Club's not a thing.
That's true. I hate those. I hate fighting movies.
You hate them?
I hate them.
For real?
Cobra Kai, you enjoy it?
I like it.
Trash.
Come on, bro.
It's bullshit.
People will agree with me, bro. It's a cool Netflix.
It's trash.
It's corny, but it's good.
No,
it's
trash.
good.
Fucking Never Back Down, trash.
Which one?
Never Back Down.
Which one?
Both of them. Oh, the series.
The whole thing?
Everything.
Damn, bro. You're hurting people's feelings right now.
I've never seen the Rocky series, but I can tell it's trash from the clips I've seen.
Come on, bro.
What other fighting thing?
Kickboxer.
I've never seen Kickboxer, but most of
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Those
Blood and Bone with Michael J. White.
Never seen it, but probably trash.
Uh,
Michael J. White. I've seen him in person. He's big. He's trying to tap out. But I hope he doesn't see this. But
I mean, he's an actual martial artist.
Yeah.
Who else? Fucking
The Warrior was trash.
You don't like The Warrior?
It was it's one of the better ones, but it's corny.
You don't like it?
I don't like it.
I thought it was a good movie.
The one that was good because it's funny is the Kevin James one.
Oh, Here Comes the Boom.
Yeah,
Here comes the boom. Here comes the boom.
But those fighting movies are always trash. Cobra Kai is the top of the fucking trash pile.
Ah, come on, bro.
It's trash.
Come on, bro. It's up there, bro. One of the best Netflix series.
It's up there in trash. Yeah, it's the worst.
One of the best Netflix
corny.
series. Come
It's
on, bro.
cringy.
You're hurting the people's feelings, brother.
No, everybody would agree that it's trash. I've never seen Rocky, but I've seen clips and it's like old school. Like movies. I mean, I guess since it's our generation, but movies like pre-80s kind of suck, no? Like in the 70s, 80s had what? I mean,
the 70s and 80s. I mean, you had guys like Arnold. You had guys like Dolph Lundgren. You had
Rambo,
Rocky, right? Like Sylvester Stallone. You had Jean-Claude Van Damme, of course.
yeah.
Right? Is he 80s or 70s?
I don't know.
Bro. But
They're old.
he's around like that era. Chuck Norris, fucking Bruce Lee.
Oh, okay. Bruce Lee, yeah. Trash. Bruce Lee wasn't a good fighter, though.
Hey, for real though, like what if you were to put all those guys like in an arena? Who do you think comes out victorious?
Between Chuck Norris,
No, all of them, bro. Like you put them like in a rumble type thing.
But who though? Who?
It's all right. Well, let's just say it's Sylvester Stallone. It's gonna be
Sylvester Stallone?
Arnold. It's gonna be Jean-Claude Van Damme, Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee, and let's fuck it. Might as well fucking let's just stay with those old school guys.
But it's
and Jackie Chan.
Prime though, right?
Prime, brother. Prime for prime.
Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee are actual martial artists. Sylvester Stallone's an actor.
Jean-Claude Van Damme's an actual martial artist too. He's an actual kickboxer. He actually has a record.
Sylvester Stallone's out of it. He's an actor.
True. He's a porn star.
Yeah,
the Italian stallion.
So he's out. He's out first.
All right, so he's TKO'd for sure.
Chuck Norris
is legit too. Yeah,
Art.
he's a martial artist.
So these guys are all martial artists. So now it depends on size or type of martial art. So it depends. What would Bruce Lee?
Like Wing Chun, like
Kung Fu,
karate,
Wing Chun.
Kung Fu. Yeah.
He was small, so he's probably a bantamweight, featherweight, 45.
And then on top of that, like it's like Wing Chun, so like he would have to fight like at close combat.
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren, I believe, is also like a legit. Yeah, pretty sure he does on top of martial art. I think.
I never heard of him.
He's the guy that plays fucking Drago in the Rocky movies.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's big.
He's huge, bro.
And he actually trains?
I think he does actually train. Don't quote me on that, but I think he does, bro.
Assuming he does train, size matters eventually. Eventually, size matters. Mm-hmm. A close second would be Jean-Claude because a kickboxer is going to kick the legs. And then Chuck Norris, he does like some bullshit.
I think he does like karate as well too.
Karate. Karate. There's some karate that's legit.
Like the one that Michael Jai does. Yeah. Like Kyokushin, not? Like Kyokushin. Yeah, because that's kind of, but I feel like that's kind of like kickboxing.
Yeah, it's tough. Like if you get a good instructor, you could become self. It
looks like kickboxing.
Yeah.
So some, I mean, not as like I would say. Like I'm not even trying to offend people that practice the martial art, but probably not as like fluent or like it doesn't look as. How do I explain it, fool?
Effective?
Not effective. It just doesn't like kickboxing just looks like more fluid. It kind of looks like it goes together, and like Kyokushin kind of looks like the elements of like some Taekwondo, you could say, and like point karate is there, but it's still like efficient enough where like you're actually like
you can
throwing stuff. Yeah, exactly, bro. But it's like I feel like it doesn't look as smooth because I feel like they took like parts of like different martial arts and just kind of like blended it. I know like with martial arts, like some people like make it like for example, like in today's day and age where like it's like mixed martial arts, like people actually put like certain skills and techniques like that like could bounce off of one that could bounce off of each other. But I feel like that one is just like we're just gonna grab random like techniques and just do them.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Like now you can like throw over like even boxing and wrestling. The simplest MMA combo is overhand right to a takedown. Yeah, like that. Sometimes it works a lot of times because it's like it's super effective and it's super simple. But The first gym I ever went to was one of those type of gyms.
Yeah.
It was karate, jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, aikido.
Aikido, yeah.
Probably the fucking that's Steven Seagal.
Yeah, that's like the force field.
Yeah, stuff like that. And then they were doing some jiu-jitsu, and that is a McDojo. You know what a McDojo is?
Yeah, I remember those. That was actually a really funny ass page.
McDojo.
The McDojo. You remember that shit?
Oh, I remember
it was
the
like a
page.
big ass page where like they would like just expose like fake senseis and.
It's gone.
I'm not sure, bro. I haven't seen it in a while.
Oh, you know what's bullshit? Speaking of pages, remember MMA Uncensored?
Oh yeah,
Those fuckers used to steal from us.
yeah, they
Remember?
did. They would steal from everybody, fool.
Yeah, and they're like the biggest MMA page on. At the time when we were posting on E1 Combat, they were the biggest MMA page on Instagram, and they'll steal shit.
Yeah,
I remember once we made a.
but we were pretty big at that point too. Like not trying to be cocky. Like we had like 40-something thousand or something like that, bro. Before we got deleted, and like we had enough of a following for him to actually reply to us. Remember, like you had like messaged him or whatever, and
and
something.
He was there's one specific meme that I made on fucking like CapCut or something. It was like a Canelo one. It was called like Glen. Remember he got caught for Clembuter or whatever or whatever.
Yeah,
it was like Glenello meme or whatever. And then it was super obvious that it even had a watermark that he fucking deleted. And he was our friend, kind of like we were friends.
Yeah, like we would message back and forth.
Yeah, and so he just stole from us. So imagine what he's doing to other smaller pages. Fuck that guy.
I mean, they always like the bigger like pages actually like kind of like my bad. I'm kind of like I looked up Dolph Lundgren, and yeah, like that fool was actually fourth dan black belt in Kyokushin karate.
Oh, then
he was he was actually a European champion in 1980s.
So he competed. So
he competed.
He wins because how tall is he? Like 6'5"?
Yeah, he's like up there, bro. He's like 6 something.
He wins. He
yeah.
wins.
How tall is fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme?
He's like 5'10", 5'11".
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Between 5'10" and 6 feet.
Yeah, 5'10".
5'10",
right.
yeah. So, yeah,
he's my height.
Your height, yeah. He's a big boy. But not
6'5". Yeah, not 6'5".
Bruce Lee is and Bruce Lee got beat up and fucking by Brad Pitt in the movie. You ever seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Nah, I haven't.
I
mean, I started watching it and then it just. I remember I saw it at night and I ended up fucking going through with the whole movie.
That movie was weird because they took like real events and just made them.
That's the one with Brad Pitt and Robert De Niro. Huh?
Brad Pitt and not the pedophile. They got like 25-year-olds.
DiCaprio. Yeah, I remember that shit.
He's like DiCaprio, the movie star, and then Brad Pitt's like a stunt double. He's a stunt double, and he beats up Bruce Lee. And it's and then also, but he took the Manson family story and just made it like false. It's just like
Hollywood, typical Hollywood shit.
Yeah, but that one doesn't make sense because it's a well-known story and there's like documentaries. Helter Skelter. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good movie or not.
I gotta watch it, bro. It always captured my attention, but I never really got around to watch it. I remember watching, bro. The day, as a matter of fact, bro, the day that we were watching that movie or we were about to watch that movie, me and Jose had watched Blood In, Blood Out. We had watched Blood In, Blood Out, and then we're starting that movie, but it was already late as fuck. And like halfway through the movie, we're like, fuck that. Like,
it's a long
It's
movie.
late.
And it's like slow. There's not a ton of action.
Oh, dang, good thing we didn't.
Blood In, Blood Out has all the action.
Supposedly, like, there's I don't know if you've seen like the 5-hour one, because apparently there's a 5-hour one. Like there's one with like no cuts and shit. Like they're more to stories.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it.
That's what they say.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't.
That movie I've seen most. I had it on VHS.
Oh yeah?
And I used to watch it. And then you know when the guys have what's his name, Crucito. He's having sex in the car, and then like you see a boob.
You paused it right there.
I had a TV and I watched it with my dad. And I think when my dad knew I wasn't fully gay because I would pause it when the boobs were out. And my dad would be just chilling right there. I was young though, very young. So it was like, it was cute, I guess. I would just pause it on the boob. And he'd be like, yeah. And then we'll like fast forward back to the thing. And yeah, that was the first boob ever.
I'm surprised, food. Like since like Disney actually owns rights to that movie, I'm surprised they haven't remade that movie. Because I don't know if you know this, bro. They're actually on the verge of fucking remaking La Bamba.
Oh yeah, but that Blood and Blood one you can't really because it's racial tensions. The blacks lose. You can't. Really,
but I mean, at this point, knowing Disney,
the blacks have to win.
They probably would fucking change like the whole ethnicity of the characters and probably add a princess in that bitch.
Oh yeah, do you have a princess?
Miklo?
No, not Miklo. Hey, fuck you. He fucking killed. What's his name? fucking chon chon.
Oh yeah, then get your chon chon. Nah, but it's funny though because I was actually seeing people kind of like, because I'm telling you, like Chicos Toxicos, they interviewed Ernie, right?
The goats.
Yeah, and then he was talking about how like Disney owns the rights or whatever and shit, and then like the comments were pretty funny. They're like, oh yeah, of course, like Disney owns the rights. There's a princess in there. It's Miklo.
Oh, you said that?
Yeah, they said that in the comments.
Yeah, I guess he's a princess in the beginning. The white dude makes him a bitch in the beginning. but Tracy Morgan's the princess actually.
Oh yeah,
Tracy Morgan, you know Tracy Morgan, the black dude. He's the princess, I think, right? Or she's a random black guy. I'm racist. Isn't it Tracy Morgan?
Is it?
Like in the very first scene when he gets to prison, and the guy is giving him a tour of like, oh, there's the whites, there's the Mexicans,
yeah, and then he tries to rape him,
and then the fucking the prostitutes get him. Like no, like in the hall. Fuck, is it Tracy Morgan or no? Tracy Morgan.
No, Tracy Morgan's a comedian, no?
Yeah, he's a comedian, but he played that same character in fucking the Adam Sandler movie. Never mind. I'm racist. He plays that role
in a different movie.
A bitch, like a girl, like a tranny in prison, but in a different movie. But in the Adam Sandler movie, when Adam Sandler gets arrested, you know what I'm talking about?
Nah.
Adam Sandler.
So I don't really.
The Longest Yard.
Oh, The Longest Yard
Joey
in
Diaz.
football.
Yeah, Joey Diaz is in it too. Fucking that famous
Stone Cold.
actor, Stone Cold. Isn't either one of the guards, huh?
Yeah, Stone Cold's there.
Tracy
He's fucking
Morgan.
racist as fuck in that movie.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, but Disney can't make that remake without having issues with a race, because if you post it, if you change it, change like the Mexicans in them, because it's about Mexicans,
Yeah,
Mexican culture, Chicano culture in LA.
East LA, yeah.
The Mexicans are gonna be mad. But if you keep it as is, and the blacks lose because the blacks and the whites lose in the movie because the Mexicans are the best in that prison or whatever, then the blacks are gonna get mad. So Disney can't win, and it's too racially motivated. They have to change it, whitewash it, and it won't work. I don't think it wouldn't work in this.
So how do you think the Bamba is gonna work? Because like I mean, what else could you add to the movie, or like what could you actually like I don't see anything that they could
It's gonna be a remake then, huh? Just remake it shot for shot.
Yeah, but I mean, why ruin it? You know,
the Bamba. The guy didn't even speak Spanish. He's not even Mexican.
he's not Mexican. He's Filipino. But he was in a lot of like his name is Louis Diamond Phillips, I believe. That's his name. And I mean, he was also in Stand and Deliver.
He played a cholo.
He played the cholo. Yeah, he's the one that culos.
Yeah. He had the hand in there.
Yeah.
Those fucking. There's a ton of Chicano what's it called?
Like films,
inclusivity, whatever the word is, like in the 90s, like Boulevard Nights. Remember Boulevard Nights? That's what it's called. Colors. You ever seen Colors?
No.
American Me. Put out. La Bamba was one of those.
La Familia.
La Familia was in that one.
That was the one with James Olmos too. You know, as a matter of fact, you know the guy that plays Richie's brother in the Bamba. What's his name? Bob. But the actual actor.
I don't know.
The Puerto Rican dude.
La Bamba. I don't know.
His brother, but you know his brother, right? The one that Richie at the end. Oh, you never seen the Bamba?
I haven't seen it in years.
In a while, yeah. So he actually comes out also like in La Familia.
It's a gang. It's like gangs, like street.
It's kind of like gangs, yeah. So right there, he also plays like a pachuco, right? Like, and apparently like he's like also like a troublemaker. But in that movie, he dies early on. He's like one of the brothers that's like a troublemaker.
Yeah.
And then like he has like a little brother, because like that movie kind of like talks about how when Mexicans were crossing over to Los Angeles, basically, or from Mexico to California, and then it just kind of talks about how like people kind of settled in East LA.
Yeah.
And it was just basically like a big family settling in East LA and shit, and just talked about like them kind of like growing up in like, you know, like the era of like cholos and zoot suits. Like, so it's probably like a movie 40s. Like in the 30s, 40s. Yeah, exactly. 40s, like that time frame.
During World War II.
Yeah, exactly. And so like he basically is a pachuco. And so basically in that movie, you know, like people didn't really like especially like the whites, they didn't like being around like the Hispanics, right? And like it's funny because there was a pachuco and he teaches them like how to mambo, you get me, like how to dance and whatnot. But the dude's like a troublemaker. And so like eventually like one night he ends up getting into some trouble or whatever. He ends up being with the cops. The cops shoot him, right? Because back then it was like the shoot now, ask later type of ordeal, right? That was going on.
The LAPD.
Yeah, exactly. And then what ended up happening is that his brother kind of saw that. And so then like the story is more followed on his brother. Like his brother is like the troublemaker. But like it also shows like little glimpses of like the big family, right? Because they're like a family of 8 or something like that, and only like one of them is like for most of them like stay at home, and then there's like the kid that passed away, the kid that's like a Harvard student, lawyer student, you get me? And then as a matter of fact, you know who also comes out in that movie? Constance Marie, the George Lopez's wife.
Oh, she
when she was young. Yeah,
talented one.
So she actually comes out in it as well. She's one of the sisters. But yeah, that movie also James Olmos. I think James Olmos is the dad and shit.
He's a pioneer for that.
Genre. Yeah, exactly. And there's another one too. I forgot what it's called. It's like a salsa and chips movie. I forgot what it's called too.
What's that? Is it genre?
No, it's like the name of the movie.
Oh, salsa and chips.
And he's like the dad. And he has like 3 daughters and stuff. So again, like kind of like the same thing, Hispanic struggles.
Edward Olmos?
James Olmos.
James Olmos?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that one is. No.
Yeah.
He's goated.
Yeah.
Fucking he played Jaime Escalante.
Oh yeah, and Stand Deliver. He's the teacher. Huh?
Yeah, he bro, the filming when they're filming American Me, bro, that shit got real. It got real quick. Like people were dying. Because
they were actually using like real gangs, no? Something along those lines?
Real gangs, and then they didn't like that the whose character was, I think Edward James Olmos' character, the main head of that group, was he got raped in juvie, and didn't like that was
included in the movie
film. So supposedly that wasn't true, and then you're portraying like, you know how it's like in prison it's not gay, like being gay is like it's still like taboo. Mm-hmm. So even though you have sex with men, it's not gay. Don't call me gay. I'll kill you. That type of. I'm gay.
Out of necessity.
Out of necessity, but don't call me gay. I'm not gay, because I'll kill you. But he got raped in prison or in juvie, and then they didn't like that. And a bunch of people were giving out information about like certain organizations that's too close to home, and so it was real. Yeah. Which is why it was such a good movie, because it was real and people died for it. Like certain like East LA gangs were angry that and almost, and then the story is who's that old fucking Panchete?
Oh, Danny Trejo.
Yeah. He was in prison and he had connections with people, and then he in real life was in prison, and then he got a message that they were gonna kill Edward. Was it James Olmos?
That's his name, James Edward Olmos.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
James Olmos. And then he spoke to somebody and they go, "Don't kill her," like kind of saved his ass. And that's like the story of how Danny Trejo saved
James Olmos,
because that movie got too real.
Yeah, and then like you said, James Olmos was like a pioneer to like those films and stuff. And then like there was also like the Zoot Suit stuff, yeah, like the Lagoon murder, right? Like that was kind of like a big thing. I actually have some notes here for just kind of like, because I didn't really want to what do you call it? I didn't really want to fuck up the story, right? So just kind of like, so you could kind of get like an idea of like what it was all about. So I'm pretty sure some people probably have already seen like the movie, because it ended up being like a movie. Because first I think it was like a play, and then it got turned into a movie, I guess because of like the popularity or whatever. But basically like back in like in the 40s, apparently like there was an instance here. As a matter of fact, it happened here in LA.
LA? What part of LA?
It was around like the Bell area.
Bell?
Oh. Yeah. So Bell. And so ultimately what ended up happening is that there was like this one dude, I think, well, his name is actually Jose Diaz, and apparently like there was a lagoon right there. And so like that little area in Bell, it used to be kind of like a place where it was mostly for farmers and like Mexicans that were like coming in. So this was actually like around like the Great Depression, bro, like in the 30s and whatever. And so ultimately like all the Hispanic kids would like hang out right there because of like the segregation and whatnot. And so apparently like some of like the gangs also would like, you know, like especially like the Hispanic gangs would like, you know, go there and like chill and whatever. And so apparently like there was this one dude, bro, like his name was, let me get his name right. I don't want to like fuck up his name. His name was Enrique Reyes.
Enrique Reyes.
Yeah, so Enrique Reyes like pulls up right there with his girlfriend or whatever. And apparently like he gets jumped and whatnot.
Whites?
Nah, by like other Hispanics, because it was like just an area for like Hispanic people. So he went to like the lagoon, and he was chilling right there, and then like he kind of got into like a scuffle, like with like some Hispanics that were nearby, and so they ended up jumping him.
Damn.
And this was like pretty late at night, bro. And so like apparently what ends up happening is that he was actually from like a gang, apparently like 38th Street gang. Yeah. And so apparently like, you know, like he goes back to like basically the hood. And they're basically like telling him like, hey, bro, like, you know, kind of like what the fuck happened to you, you know? And he kind of explains like, hey, you know what? Like I got jumped, yada, yada, yada. And so he ends up going back, bro, with his homies. and like nobody's there, bro, because I mean he got jumped late as fuck, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like he sees, or one, I guess one of the dudes there kind of sees that there's a party going on like nearby, and so this other guy, Jose Diaz, right, like the guy that I was talking to you about, just to kind of give you a background story on him. Well, the dude was, I believe he was like 17 or 22. I didn't really get his age, so I'm butchering that part. But he's around like that age, right? And like I said, like World War II is going on, or like is on the verge of like starting, right? So he enlisted into the war. You get me? Yeah. Like he was like ready to go into the war, and so apparently like the only photo they have of him, bro, is a photo that he actually needed to take to enlist. So his like this is like the only known photo and like the only photo he had, because like I mean this is like the fucking late 30s, early 40s, right? Like before like the war actually began. So he ends up enlisting to like the army, the military, right? And then like okay, going back to like the story, apparently like he was at the party because like I guess he knew like the girl like they were throwing like the party for, and apparently like these 38th Street, like the 38th Street gang was looking for like the fools that jumped them, right? Revenge, right? Like yeah, so they pulled up to this party. It's like 1 a.m. and shit. Some like a fight breaks out. This is fucking early as shit. So they fight, bro, and whatnot. And then like I guess one of the ladies like through the scuffle or through the fight like tells like everybody, hey, like the police is coming, or like we called the police or whatever. And so the next day, bro, they find Diaz's body on the side of a road somewhere. I think in Commerce.
Oh shit, that's kind of far from.
Yeah, they find him like in Commerce, bro. And apparently he has. I've read multiple like articles. So some people say that he has two stab wounds, and I think they cut one of his fingers with a knife.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like when they go to the hospital, when they pronounce him dead, like that morning, because apparently like he still was able to go to the hospital, but he never regained consciousness. So he basically was declared dead at the hospital. Apparently he what do you call it? Well, yeah, apparently like some other articles say that he got stabbed multiple times, but the whole point is like he died basically because of bleeding and head trauma. So basically they somebody fucking like stabbed him and cut his finger off, and they hit him in the head. Yeah. And so what ends up happening, fool, is that like these dudes go on trial, right? So keep in mind, fool, like this is like the 30s and the 40s. So like there's like a lot of racial tension going on. And then on top of that, fool, like what makes matters worse is that they're in the Great Depression, and then on top of that, like they're in times of war, right? So like everything is just kind of like piled up on top of each other. And so what ends up happening, fool, is that they round up like 600 Mexicans, like everybody that like was wearing like a pachuco, like zoots, right? Like we know them as pachucos, but people out here zoots, right? But basically the pachucos, right? They gather up 600 pachucos, and apparently like they narrowed down like the pachucos down to like 17 kids, or like somewhere. I think they were all between the ages of like 14 to 22 to kind of like solve like the mystery, right, of who killed Jose Diaz. And so like it was funny, fool, because like I said, like it was a very racial time. So like the judge, like for example, like the defendants, they were asking to be able to cut their hair and to change their attire, but the judge wanted them to be in their zoot suit and with the same hair, because apparently like for them, they wanted to tell the American media what a troublemaker looked like, what a hoodlum looked like, right? Because every time they were called up on stage, they would tell them like hoodlum. Hoodlum 1, hoodlum 2. Yeah, kind of like that, right? And so, basically, like, what ended up happening for is that, and I mean, people argue this to this day, is that kind of like a due process of law, like, wasn't really professional. So what ended up happening for is that instead of kind of like trying to solve the mystery, bro, it was kind of more of like them, like media trying to push a narrative. And then like I think they were I'll read you this. Apparently, like, they thought what they were trying to push is that Mexicans were violent by nature and had a tendency to create havoc, and they were bloodthirsty like their Aztec ancestors. So like that's basically kind of like the narrative like that they were pushing. And apparently like all 17 of them kind of go to San Quentin.
Yeah, all 17 got fucking tried and convicted?
Yeah. So apparently Reyes actually goes in for life. But honestly, I think that he was more put in prison for life, bro, but because he already had a history. So apparently, like, you know, just to kind of give you a background on this guy. This guy was the type of guy to like actually confront like police and like people of power or authority, like on purpose. Like he was known to be like the guy, like
Karen.
Yeah, he would protest just for the fact of like, oh, there's gonna be some confrontation between me and like officials or authority, right? But yeah, like apparently, like you know, they got sent to San Quentin or whatever, and then so, you know, a few years down the line in 1943, right, like in downtown LA, apparently there's like 12 sailors, and they also get into a scuffle with some pachucos, or like the Zoot Suiters, right? So they end up like fucking fighting each other, and I think the sailors get a beating, right? And so they go back on base, and same thing, kind of like, you know, with the gang, fool, you know, because at the end of the day, it's a group of people that are like, hey, what happened to you guys? Fucking the pachucos or whatever. And so like everybody on base, the sailors, kind of like rounded up each other and basically went back into downtown LA, and everybody that basically had like a zoot suit on, they beat the shit out of them. And so ended up kind of being like a riot for 5 days. So those guys would jump the Zoot Suiters, and some of the youngest ones, fool, like even kids, they would jump like 12-year-old kids. So what they would do is they would pull them out of like theaters and like restaurants or like, you know, public spaces.
Tattoo shops.
Yeah, exactly. Pull them out and beat the shit out of them, and like undress them and like either burn their Zoot Suits or like pee on them. Like pee on the Zoot Suits. And so what ended up happening, fool, is that like eventually like the Hispanic fools or like the Zoot Suiters kind of like got tired of this shit. Oh, and keep in mind, fool, it was also not just solely Hispanic people. There was also black people with the same or similar attire, right? So basically those people kind of had enough of that shit, and it was fucking crazy because then all the Hispanic fools or other people that were wearing the Zoot Suits, they would see like sailors come in, they wouldn't ask questions, so they just straight up jump them too. And so it just became a riot for 5 days.
Damn, on
site, bro. So basically, like
Aaron the plumber.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So like as soon as you saw somebody either with a Zoot Suit or a sailor outfit, you just rush them, bro.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and so like it ended up being like a thing for 5 days, and eventually like what ended up happening is that the military said that the sailors couldn't be in LA anymore, so everybody had to go back to base. And then the city council of LA actually banned Zoot Suits, so nobody was allowed to wear like Zoot Suits or whatever, bro. And apparently, like some people argue, bro, that the sailors beat them up just because since it was a time of war, they felt like the Zoot Suits actually wasted a lot of like cloth and material. But then of course you have people on the other side, including Miss Roosevelt, right? The president, yeah, exactly. The president's wife that was saying like, nah, this was like racially motivated, right? So what ended up happening, fool, is that eventually, like as soon as, you know, going back to the trial, bro, a lot of like people, like, or like a few years like later, fool, like a lot of like celebrities especially, they thought that the kids, like they weren't trialed correctly. Like like I said, like I felt like, or everybody felt like it was more like the media trying to push a narrative. And so what ended up happening was that a few celebrities kind of gathered up money for like a trial, for like another opportunity to like let these guys go. And so apparently, fool, like I guess since like there wasn't really any evidence of like them actually being guilty, and then on top of that, fool, like I mean, Diaz's body was found on the road. You get me? It was not like they were found like at this person's house, or like the house where the house party was. So eventually, like these guys ended up basically leaving jail.
Oh shit! After how long?
For 2 years. So they only stayed in San Quentin for 2 years.
Oh shit!
Yeah, but there was no evidence that they actually were the ones that killed them. And so like apparently like the case was kind of like ruled unsolved. But this is the crazy part, fool. Apparently, PBS ended up making like a documentary like in the early 2000s, bro. And there was a woman, bro, who was at the party that night. And the thing about this is the crazy part, fool. The crazy part is that like she was on her deathbed and she made a confession.
Oh, shit.
She said that her brother was actually the guy that killed Jose Diaz. Yeah. She said that her brother was a troublemaker, and apparently he was kicked out of that party like a few hours before the party ended or whatever. But apparently her brother was outside waiting. Like he was just pissed off because he got kicked out of the party. And apparently what she said is that on the way home, he actually jumped Diaz He jumped Diaz and he stabbed him twice.
Oh shit.
He stabbed him twice, and then basically, she just said that it was actually her brother that killed him, and she admitted that her brother was not one of the 17 people that were like on trial. And then she ended up saying like, yeah, like it was my brother, but I just wanted to protect my brother, bro. Like she said that she wanted to protect her brother's secret, but apparently like a few years after her brother actually committed the murder of Diaz, apparently like he also committed suicide.
Oh, he killed himself.
He killed himself. Yeah.
Out of guilt or separate?
Probably out of guilt, bro.
Yeah, huh? Because I mean, so he wasn't that bad of a person. I mean, he's a murderer, he's a bad person, but he felt guilt.
Yeah, but he was a troublemaker though too. Apparently, like what his sister was saying.
Yeah, he was a bad kid.
Yeah, he was a bad kid.
With the guilty conscience. Doesn't work. It's oxymoron.
Yeah.
Damn. So those fucking people, those 17 kids, did they sue? I'm assuming they had someone invite them to sue.
I don't think they sued. It probably because it was a different time too.
It's too early, huh?
Yeah, it was like in the 30s, bro. 40s, late 40s. They probably got it taken out. They probably would have gotten taken out. I mean, this is before the civil rights, bro. I mean, Loki, that's still 20 years later, bro.
Yeah. And then and during the wartime, there Mexicans, those people were seen as either propaganda or for real, but they were as un-American because they were protesting with their clothes and shit. So the American, I think because even then the majority was 80% white people. Yeah. Now it's like 50% white, 50% minority. So then white people were the majority, major majority. So their opinions really mattered back in the days. And then until the 50s. Is when people started fighting for rights. Yeah, 50s, 60s, entering the 60s. More like the 60s. 60s, huh? Yeah. Yeah, those good old days. Imagine being alive during those times. Shit. I would have loved it because of the protests and stuff. Do you think you would have been a Pachuco during that time? I don't know. I sincerely don't think I would. Just because of the fact that I feel like even like through my small journey or my short journey of life, like every time there was a trend, bro, I never followed it. Like, I never followed it. You get me? If you put it that way, then I would have been a Pachuco because I'm a follower. Yeah, because I never really, like, for example, like, when the whole, like, dubstep was there, I never did none of that shit with the gloves and all that. Nah. And then when the whole raver thing was there with, like, the shuffling and shit, I never did none of that. Like, I was literally kind of, like, always doing, like, my own thing, you know? Yeah, yeah. Oh, then I would have been a Pachuco. I had the biggest fucking I'm a Pussy Cap follower. I would have been a Pachuco. Yeah, I don't think I would. I would have been a Zoot Suiter. A proud one too. Yeah, you probably would have fucking fucked up your sailor brother. My brother was a sailor. He'll be my ass though. That sailor riot was the origin of American Me. If you remember when they raped James Edward Olmos' mom, and then his dad. It's so stupid. His dad didn't know if James Edward Olmos was his son, and they're both dark and have the exact same fucking body figure. How do you fucking? He thought that he was always a white boy, but he looks exactly like the fucking Oaxacan that raised him. That's crazy, bro. You remember? Yeah. Like, I don't know. When I looked at you, I don't know if you were my son or one of them, and they were the enemy because But it's crazy. In those 5 days of riots, nobody died. Oh, they're pussies and they don't know how to fight. I mean, they were just beating the shit out of each other. And raping, allegedly. I don't know the movie. I don't know about that one. I mean, I didn't really do my research that much. I just kind of vaguely remembered it because we vaguely touched upon it in high school. And then I just kind of got interested in it a little bit just because I was hearing like the stories that they were talking about in like that podcast with Valente Rodriguez. And yeah, I just kind of got a little bit interested and just kind of like did a little bit of research, nothing crazy. Hopefully I didn't butcher it too much, but I basically gave you at least like the most important details and facts about like what went on. That's crazy that back in the day there was only one role for Mexicans, huh? Like you remember, I'm not sure you listened to Bobby Lee's podcast, like stories of going out for auditions when he was young. It was just like Chinese roles, the Asian accent. Yeah, that's the same for because he, what's his name, Valente Rodriguez. He was a cholo in American Me, Blood In Blood Out, and then he was in which one, Blood In Blood Out or American Me? Blood In Blood Out, right? He was in both, no, he was in Blood In Blood Out. Yeah, and then he was also a cholo in a different movie, but he was casted as the cholo role in more than one. I mean, look at the Hector guy. Hector's Hector. Yeah, but now like there's more inclusion because of DEI or whatever. But back then it was like, and fucking James Edward Olmos, He played a fucking a cholo or pachuco in the Lagoon movie.
The
American
Zoot Suit.
Me.
American Me.
What was he in? I don't think he was in Colors, but he was in. What else was he in? Other shit. I don't know.
Like, I mean, La Familia, you could argue, is kind of like the same thing.
He was in that one.
Yeah, he was in that one.
Yeah. So like,
Or if he wasn't in that, watch out with the sound, bro. 'Cause last time there was some sound.
oh,
Yeah. But yeah, he wasn't like those movies. Or if he wasn't in those movies, he produced those movies.
yeah. Valentin Rodriguez, and then
Valente Rodriguez.
Valente Rodriguez.
Yeah, that's his name.
Let's see filmography. He was in Salsa. He played Chewy. What's Salsa? Is it
Salsa is the one I think that I'm talking to you about.
dance
Fool.
movie, romance film? That's what you're talking about?
I think so. I'm not sure. I'll look it up.
It's a dance movie.
No,
About a fucking impulse.
nah, it's not that one.
But he
then.
plays Chewy, which you can imagine.
You could imagine the role.
Blood In,
That
Blood
doesn't
Out.
sound right.
It's in 93, played Blood In, Blood Out. Roosters. What's Roosters? Roosters is, maybe it wasn't, this is like a, Edward James Olmos was in it. What is this? It's about plot. What's the plot?
Some Mexican shit.
In prison for murdering man over a cockfight. Okay. So
Yeah,
similar.
pretty Mexican.
Pretty Mexican. He was in Mr. Jones. That seems like it's a white movie. So maybe he wasn't typecasted. My family is
My family, like mi familia. That's the one that I'm telling you about. Yeah.
He played fucking Chuco. That's a fucking gangster ass name. Chuco's friend. He played Ed. Maybe he wasn't typecasted. Maybe I'm making it up. I guess I made that up. But I guess because he was in fucking Blood In, Blood Out, he was type. And then and George Lopez, he was just like a regular dude, huh?
Yeah, he was.
Just a neighbor or some shit. George Lopez's best friend. Maybe he wasn't typecasted. I made that up. But Edward James Olmos was.
Yeah, he played
Cholo.
mostly of. He was basically, you could say, kind of like the pioneer of like Hispanic
Yeah, huh?
like films. I would say like classic Hispanic films in U.S. culture or in
Yeah.
U.S. media.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I would say.
Who else? Danny Trejo's one of them, but he's not as big as James Edward Olmos. Who is the fucking Chicano leader? Our people in movies.
Nah,
Not really, huh?
I can't really think about. I mean, like you mentioned it, bro. Some of those guys, I mean, they weren't even really Hispanic. Like Louis Diamond Phillips, he's Filipino,
And
he has came out in like La Bamba,
yeah,
a fucking Stand and Deliver, right?
yeah. And even in Blood In, Blood Out, like some of them were Mexican. Like some of them obviously were Mexican. The fucking the Asian man and the white dude. But one of like the henchmen, that was one of like the backup for the main guy, was like a Cuban dude or something like that.
Yeah, the other guy too, the guy that plays Richie's brother, he was in like a few Hispanic movies as well.
He's Hispanic?
He's Hispanic, bro, but he's Puerto Rican, I believe, or Dominican. He's one of those, but he's not like
Mexican.
like a Mexican. Yeah.
Does that matter for you?
It doesn't matter to me, but he's like, I would feel like he's like one of those pioneers as well. Cause he was like in like those films, like I'm telling you, like he played that Pachuco in like La Familia, I think.
Yeah.
He's like he's played some like really Mexican roles as well.
Yeah. That which means nothing. If the role is good, it's good. I don't care.
I mean, look at Jennifer Lopez. I mean, she made her
Selena?
career off of Selena.
Oh yeah, and she's fucking Puerto Rican.
She's Puerto Rican too.
Not even, she's an actor.
Well, she can't even, she could barely speak Spanish, bro. She's fucking from the Bronx,
she's
or where's she from?
But she's from Hollywood, bro. I've seen her fucking her interview, her bodega order. They ate her alive with that shit. All the Puerto Ricans in New York ate her alive. Like, you're not fucking. You've been rich for fucking
Forever.
20 years. You're not one of us anymore. You were maybe when you're young, but even then, her the Bronx status, whatever, Harlem, whatever she's from, her status is a question because she pretends too much. But yeah,
The guy's name is Isai Morales. Fool, look, in Bad Boys, he played Paco Moreno.
oh, can't tell me.
La Bamba, Roberto Bob Morales. Bloodhounds of Broadway, I've never seen that one. Fucking My Family, he played Chucho. You know what I mean? So like this guy is fucking
Chucho. And then Valente is Chucho's friend.
Like the dude fucking what do you call it? Has played also very, I guess you could say,
They call it
typecast. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I guess. What would your typecast be?
Probably the same one, bro. I mean,
like now with all this DI, what would you?
Nah, I don't know.
Like you'd be an astronaut.
Nah.
What if you?
I never seen a Mexican astronaut ever in my life.
Salvador, I think, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a chick, I think, that she was also like Hispanic, but I think she was Guatemalan or Salvadorian as well.
Damn, they're getting shit done down there.
But I don't think I've ever seen a Hispanic astronaut, bro. If I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, I would be like the neighbor.
You, bro. You know who fucking is like you would think he would get like an outcast role, but he fucking does so many like different roles. Like he's played cholos, mafia leaders. He's played like the gay guy. He's played like really funny roles.
Wait.
Is this chubby? I don't even know his name, bro. But he's kind of chubby. Plays he has like curly hair, kind of like Dominican, maybe even Puerto Rican. Short, chubby.
Oh, I know he is.
Fucking he comes out,
He's a Narcos.
Yeah, fucking what's his name though? He comes out in Yes Man. He's the one that was about to jump off the ledge.
Which one's Yes? Oh, I think Yes Man. With Jim Carrey.
With Jim Carrey, and then he sings the song Jumper. He's like, hope you understand. Yeah,
he's fat.
He's chubby. He's chubby.
Like a little bit.
Yeah. Similar.
I know exactly.
Really kind of like probably like a little bit darker than me, and like curly hair.
He's not Mexican.
Yeah, but he does like you would think that guy would play like. I mean, he does like a majority of it like. Because he looks like a solid dude,
scary dude,
but he plays like very like distinct what do you call it, characters as well. Like I'm telling you, like I've seen him play like a gay dude. I've seen him play like a little homo-ish,
metrosexual.
Yeah, like.
But he played a serious Colombian drug lord though in Narcos.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen a lot of him like also like just doing like that type of like gangsterish fucking type characters. Yeah,
what's his name?
I forget his name.
I never knew his name.
I never knew his name, but the dude is I would say he's pretty talented, bro.
Yeah, he's famous too. He's probably rich as fuck because he does all these things. Even just doing Narcos Netflix series is good.
Yeah, because that series was really big,
and it was with the Pablo Escobar. Or no, it was a Mexican. I don't know which one it was. I don't know if it was Mexican or the Colombian one.
Yes, man. What's that dude's name, bro?
He's fucking. Yeah, Narcos season 2. Yeah.
Look him up, bro. Fuck, I never got his name, bro. I never get his fucking name.
Yeah. His fucking he is Latino though, huh?
Yeah, he's Hispanic, bro. He's Hispanic. Oh, the dude, he's probably like in his 50s or 60s now.
Luis Guzman.
Luis Guzman. There you go, bro. Yep, there you go. Yep.
Luis Guzman.
Yeah, that dude's fucking
Puerto Rican.
There you go.
How old is he? 68.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yep, he's up there, bro. Yeah.
He was in Wednesday. Not Jumanji. Journey. Carlitos Way. He was in Waiting with Ryan Reynolds. Narcos is the one I seen him in.
Yeah. Yes, man.
The Last Stand. Anger Management. How to make him. The Do-Over was pretty funny.
Yeah, like he's had very like distinct roles,
like supporting roles almost. He's never the main character.
But the dude is, I would say he's really talented, bro. Like all of the characters that he's done, like he plays them well, and like they're like super far fetched from each other, bro. Like it's never really kind of like the same fucking characters. Like like a lot of them are, but like this guy has like, he's not like The Rock, bro. The Rock,
he has range.
Yeah, he has range, exactly.
Yeah. Because I remember him. I don't know what movie, but him with his shirt like tucked in up here and fat stomach coming down. He's gay. I don't know what movie that's from. You know what movie that's from?
I don't know.
He's gay. He talks like a metrosexual.
That's the one I was thinking about too.
He has his shirt tucked in. Oh, it might be not Stand and Deliver.
Nah, it's not that one.
No, what's the one I said earlier? The Longest Yard.
And then in Yes Man, he also plays fucking some dude about to kill themselves, crying and shit. Yeah, like the dude is talented, bro. Like that's a talented ass dude.
The Longest Yard movie. That was a remake too.
There was a one before
with Ryan Burt Reynolds. Maybe he's not in this one. Bob Sapp was in it. Fucking The Great Khali was in it. Terry Crews. Damn, this is a fucking star-studded fucking cast. Bro, The Longest Yard. Burt Reynolds plays like a supporting character. Sandler, Chris Rock, stars.
Yeah.
Bob Sapp, you and I know him, but no one else. He's famous in Japan. He's a fighter. The Great Khali, the wrestler. Terry Crews. Goldberg. Tracy Morgan. Nelly.
The rapper.
The fucking girls. Joey Diaz, who no one know but us. Steve Austin, like you said.
Sandler.
Sandler. Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider? Oh, shit.
Fucking... And that's... I don't recognize anybody else. No, Luis Guzman's not in it. No. But, dude, that's a star-studded cast.
Yeah.
Do you know Joey Diaz was in fucking Spider-Man?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, with Tobey Maguire.
Tobey
He's
Maguire.
on the fucking train.
On the train when he's like holding it back and he's eating or some shit. He surprisingly, and he was in I think Sopranos or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
shit.
was on Matt TV too, I think.
I heard that Soprano show is good. I never seen it.
I never seen it.
I never seen it. I heard it's good though.
I heard people fucking say it's one of the greatest shows ever.
Yeah,
Like, Gandolfini was one of the greatest actors ever or some shit like that.
Hey, have you ever seen The Expendables? Going back to like Star Power and going back to like our
Shitty
fucking
movies.
80s fucking.
Shitty movie, yeah.
You seen it?
The original Expendables?
Yeah, the first one. Because I mean, I know that they made a few. Because like after that, they ended up getting like more stars and more.
Rampage Jackson was in.
Yeah, they got fucking Ronda Rousey was one of them.
Yeah. Oh, that's the 18. No, I'm thinking of the 18. Expendables. Wait, I don't know.
The Expendables is the one with like Arnold, Dolph Lundgren. Like they have like all the fucking fools from like the 80s and shit too.
Yeah, I've seen that one. The Expendables.
But they have a few though. They made like like 2 or 3
they
after.
made a bunch, huh?
Yeah, they've done a few.
Expendable, I think 4 so far in 2023.
Verga.
Yeah, 4. 4. 2010, 2012, 2014, 2023. They should have stopped at the fucking 0, dude. Those movies are, I don't know. That movie, I don't remember seeing it, but I've seen it. I remember it being like one of those, it'll fall under the, what's the other shitty series, franchise?
Which one?
The one with The Rock and Vin Diesel.
Oh, the Fast and Furious?
It falls under that category of like, okay, it's like if you're bored and you're cooking or something, you want some action or
Some explosions.
something you're not think. The last movie I saw sucked dick too. Which one was it?
Which one?
Fuck it. One that came out like last month or 2 months ago. This year. It's like a big box hit. Sonic was one that sucked dick, but there's another one.
Ah, come on, bro.
That one was trash.
They actually cheated Sonic out of a fucking reward.
No, they did.
Disney. Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
They got exactly what they deserve.
Nah. But Lion King was in it.
Like an animated something? Like a
They won. They got So like the controversy is for that. At the end of the year, like they had like awards going on. I don't know if it was the Oscars. I'm not sure, bro. But they had like an awards going on and whatever. And apparently, like from what they say, like this is a conspiracy, right? Like don't quote me on that, Disney. If you're watching, please don't kill me. But apparently, bro, like what ended up happening is that like Sonic, apparently for whatever reason, they couldn't make the cut at the end of the film. I mean, at the end of they couldn't make the cut to like the list of films because it was released at the end of the year.
Oh, I see. It wasn't
But the
included
thing,
in the list of
exactly, it wasn't included on the list, right? But it had made like a good run up to that point to be able to like be there, right? But the thing is, like, apparently what they say for is that somehow Lion King that was released the same day, made the cut, but Sonic didn't.
Well, it's you know what assisted suicide is?
Yeah.
It's basically what it was. It saved them from like, I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. Sonic release date, and then it came out the same day.
Apparently,
really?
yeah.
They'll do that.
Sonic came out the same day that the new Lion King came out back in 2024.
Sonic the Hedgehog
3
came out when?
December like 17 or something.
December 20th. Yeah. Around that. And then was Lion
King
came out recently?
Mm-hmm. It's called Simba Mufasa, I think.
Is it 2? No, 2023. 2024. 2024 came out when? I didn't know this was the exact same day.
Yeah.
2024.
Yep.
Budget 200 million. This one was a budget of 122 million. Damn.
Yep. And that was like a big conspiracy thing that I really
was it Lion King?
I don't think it was Lion King either.
Oh.
But the thing is, like, people just thought it was unfair because they fucking were able to put the Lion King in there, but Sonic apparently like they're like, nah, can't do that.
Oh well, I mean,
that's crazy though.
It's not like they were gonna win. You really like the movie, huh?
That one was good. You didn't like it?
No, dude, bro. Who's the antagonist?
Shadow
got defeated with the power of friendship, which is
actually he killed himself.
No, but like he turned. So Sonic and Shadow were fighting throughout the whole movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then at the end, was it Shadow? How because they're on the moon fighting.
Yeah.
Sonic's fighting Shadow
on the moon.
On the moon, and they both have like the super diamond effect, right?
Yeah, they have the Chaos Emeralds.
How did that fight end?
That fight, For real, how the fuck did
it ended with words like,
oh yeah, he started to remind him about how like they killed Shadow's basically like owner, right? Because remember, like he talked about how like how he hurt what's Sonic's dude's name?
Which one? Oh, the donor guy.
The human.
The donor guy. I just know
The human guy. Basically, like he was talking about like how he understands like basically like how he feels like after losing somebody because yada yada yada. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that definition of gay. Like that,
come on, bro.
Like that like you build it up so much and then just with fucking words you settle it.
Mm-hmm.
That's like some. I thought that was. And then what other movie? What how many movies have you seen this year?
I haven't seen any movies this year.
No,
that was the last movie I went.
One.
Yeah, because it was at the end of last year. That was basically my birthday gift. Basically, shout out Pilap.
Shout out Pilap. Oh yeah, he was here, huh?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. Then was there anything good get released this year? Because I saw another movie
There's nothing good this year, bro. Like so far, no. I think the next good thing. Fuck.
25 movie releases. What's the next good thing? Oh wait, I saw fucking an Avengers movie. Well, what's the most recent Avengers movie? Oh, Marvel. Oh, Falcon. Fucking in.
Oh, Captain America.
Yeah. Fuck, that one's also forgettable. See, it's forgettable. That one wasn't good.
I mean, bro, like I like Captain America as Steve Rogers. You get me? Like I don't.
Yeah, white.
Yeah.
But in the comics, he's also black, so it's legit. So people that argue that it's not true to whatever Marvel, whatever, it's. I'm assuming that this is in the comics because I read somewhere.
All right, one more thing before we end, bro. Yeah. Just since we're like on the topic of Marvel.
Yeah.
I actually saw fucking the brand new Peter Parker, the brand new Spider-Man on Disney, the animation.
Oh really?
Yeah. So just since it's hot right now, like just kind of give you like an honest like review. Yeah. Because it's hot, yeah, exactly.
And you're a fucking big Spider-Man guy.
Yeah, I'm a big Spider-Man guy. I give it like a 7, like a C.
7. It's new?
Yeah, it's new. It just came out in Disney, basically late January, early February.
Oh shit!
So basically, it's kind of it's one of the newest or the newer
Disney
kind
Plus
of Disney Plus. Yeah.
Oh, you have Disney Plus?
No, but shout out P-Lab. He let me borrow it. Yeah. So basically, I saw it last Friday. So every Friday. I'm just off social media and just kind of like just doing fucking random shit. And so I kind of like binge watched the new Spider-Man. I gave it a solid 7 so far.
Why 7?
I think the animation was all right. I mean, I wasn't
like the visuals of it.
Like the visuals of it, I wasn't like a super big fan. But since it was digital, some things look pretty cool. Like for example, like it kind of looked like almost like if they were filming it because with digital you could easily like pan and like so it looks pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
I just don't like the design. Like the designs of the characters, I just didn't like the actual like animation. Like the story was cool and to some extent because it's close enough to the original that you understand.
What's the original?
Like with like him getting bit, it kind of like follows that same like protocol or like the same timeline of like what you expect of like a Spider-Man movie with Uncle Ben dying, right, and all that. But like the new characters, like I'm not really a big fan of. And then once again, going back to the Disney shit and the Hollywood shit, like they make certain characters a different ethnicity, and then like it's just kind of weird how like the guy that. Harry Osborn and the Osborns basically in general, they're black, right? And like at the same time, they're good guys. You get me? Because in theory, they're supposed to be like Green Goblin, right? And the new Goblin eventually. But they're like his mentors. And then it just it's odd, bro. Like it's odd. And like there's no like real kind of like love interest. So like there's no Gwen Stacy. There's no MJ. So like there's like a few elements missing that I feel like overall make like Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also didn't really like too much of like the new design like on the actual suit. It was lackluster, I would say. Okay. But for the most part, I mean, it's decent, bro. Bored? Like if you're bored, bro, like it's one of those shows where you don't mind watching. But yeah, I give it like a solid C.
It's probably good that they didn't have the love interest because they would have made it gay.
Probably, yeah.
They would have made it trans.
Yeah, probably.
So it's probably good that it's like don't touch it at all because now you're gonna be it'll be a 5.
Yeah, because it's a bit weird and it ended up leaving off in kind of like the symbiote chapter. So basically, like with the Black Venom, kind of like walking by itself. So it left on a cliffhanger again. So
it's a movie or show?
it's a show. It's animation. So depending, I guess, how well this does. I mean, for my review, probably
a 7's a C, or in some nowadays an A. But a 7 is like good enough for at least another.
Yeah, it could be. But the whole point is that it left on a cliffhanger, and depending how well like this first season does, it might carry on. So it kind of left on a cliff. It left on a Venom cliffhanger, you could say.
Which is the same as the live action with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, as well. The one with Tom Holland.
But Tobey Maguire also was. Oh, Tom Holland left on a cliffhanger. At least the
Cliffhanger.
last one.
The
right?
Venom.
Not never coming home. Not close to home or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one was.
Because Tom Hardy's Venom ended up going back to the original timeline, and then but there was like a piece of like the symbiote that stayed behind
in the cave.
Yeah, and like by the beach.
But the Mexican picks it up. Fucking Mexican.
So yeah, like if you guys planning on watching that new series of Spider-Man, I think it's alright. I mean, not the best one. I think the 94 is still the best one, but to each their own. Spider-Man 94.
That's the name of it.
Well, it's called the Spider-Man, but like since like everybody kind of like needs a reference to like the actual, so everybody kind of calls it Spider-Man 94.
It came out in 94.
And it came out in 94.
It's animated.
It's animated as well.
Oh shit! Did that one have a heterosexual love interest?
Well, that one's more like to the actual like comic. Yeah, so it's Americanized. Yeah, yeah, and so like I mean, a lot of people were also hyped on X-Men 97. Shout out JD.
X-Men 97.
X-Men 97 was cool, but like those are like old school cartoons that were actually like good, that people actually gave a fuck about.
Oh yeah, now no one. I think now it's just too much. You can't keep up with everything.
Yeah,
there's the Black Widow series. There's
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk still going on?
I'm not sure, but I mean, we're going back. That it was a series.
Yeah, so like there's too much. Before there'll be like a blockbuster. Mm-hmm. You watch Avengers.
Yeah.
And then you can keep focus on the timeline or whatever, which is the movies. But now you have to watch fucking She-Hulk.
Yeah.
And what happens? Also, the Red Hulk comes out in.
Captain America, right?
Which is also, bro, same thing. They settled the fight with the power of friendship or love, with words. There's people fighting. There's fucking super serum or whatever, but words, American English or God's given English. That's how they solve it. Not with nukes, not with nothing. The last good one that I thought, and I was so dumb, was Infinity War because they left it off with everybody dying or have to talk to people dying. That's what I want. Throw a curveball. Don't fucking work it out with words. Fucking hang them or some shit. The president turns to Hulk. And then at the end of the day, oh, I'm sorry. You okay? Like that type of fucking gay shit. Speaking of gay shit, oh, that was this year, right? She-Hulk? No,
She-Hulk was a few years ago.
Oh, yeah. This was during the gay shit era. But
it was like during it was during like that era of like where we were all locked in.
Peak, almost peak. Right?
Yeah, it was around when we were locked up, bro.
What do you think about, who Benji is?
Benji.
He's a gay dude on TikTok, and he finally came out, but everybody knew he was gay. What do you think about gay people coming out that are obviously gay? Like, if you and I came out, it's like, wow, really? Like, our friends would be like, well, some of our friends would be like, oh, yeah, I knew, but they'd be, not really. But if you and I came out, it'd be like, damn, these guys are, Louis has suspicions, but that's crazy. But what do you think about a gay dude, or obviously gay dude coming out?
I mean, for the most part, I think for the most part, for all of them, you could tell, bro. Like,
This guy you can tell.
Yeah, like.
Everybody knew.
I'm just never surprised. It's not my fucking time or place to even give a fuck, So it's like, yeah, like.
So fuck Benji, what you're saying?
I mean, I don't even know who Benji is, but yeah, fuck you, Benji.
I'm just kidding. Benji's cool.
Who's Benji? I don't even know. I really don't know.
TikToker that when gay TikToker or something. I don't know why he's famous, but he's gay, and everybody knew he was gay. And he came out gay, and people were like, "Oh, like what the fuck?" No, people were like, "Dude, we know." Like everybody was like, "Benji, we know. Congrats, but we knew." That's what it was. It wasn't even positive or negative. It was just like, yeah, we knew. It was just positive. It was positive.
Yeah, like, but nobody cared enough to make it like a big deal.
It wasn't a shocker.
Yeah. It was like when you spoil the end of a movie.
Like when the president turned to Hulk.
I was never gonna watch that movie either way.
Yeah, no one should. So I'm saving it. One last thing.
What's up, bro?
Everybody wants to know. You post daily on your story. What's the significance of it, or it's too personal to tell?
The what?
The Spider-Man.
The Spider-Man?
Yeah, like
just cause.
But there's no what motivated you to do that?
What motivated me to do that?
There has to be a reason why. You're not just. You can't be just.
Honestly, not really.
Every single day, right?
Yeah, every single day. I've been posting one every single day since like
January 20th.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I'm just kidding. Did I?
I don't know. Maybe
That's my birthday.
it was like late. It was like late January though.
Because for my birthday, I think you did it for me, no?
Nah, bro. Honestly, I don't know. Like I just started posting it like for no reason, and then I was like, oh fuck it, you know, like I'm just like I have nothing to do. I might as well just make it like a thing.
Just every day.
Well, every day except Fridays.
That's you're on social media. Why?
Just I don't know for like for example, like I don't mean to get all religious, but you know how like people were like you know how like that Lent thing is going on and whatever, like the 40 days of Pascua. How do you say that in English?
The Quaresma is Spanish. The Quaresma.
Yeah, like heading towards Easter Sunday.
Lent, you know.
I think that's what it's called. But you know how like people be like on their bullshit of like,
don't call it bullshit.
No. Listen to what I'm about to say. People be on their bullshit of like, oh, like I don't eat meat on Fridays, but yet like throughout the week they be doing like the most fucked up shit, and then on Friday they can't eat meat, bro. And then you know how I mean, at least from what I remember, bro, like from like catechism, they used to talk about how like those 40 days was meant for you to leave something kind of like that you're addicted to, or something that's actually like a legit sacrifice, bro. Like it's not that, like I'm not even trying to be disrespectful or anything, but it's not that hard to leave meat. Like I could go 2-3 days without eating meat, honestly.
It just red meat too.
Yeah, it just red meat. Yeah, exactly, bro. And then like, so I was all like, you know what, man? Like that sounds kind of like hypocritical. Like I think that people should leave something or like sacrifice something, because like, you know, like sacrifice something that's like really hard to like sacrifice or like let go of. So I'm like, you know what? Like one of the things that I'm probably like most addicted to, like most people, their phones. So like every Friday, just stay off social media. Like literally like clear your mind. And honestly, feel like, believe it or not, that day I slept pretty well, because it's like there's no like tendency of like I'm gonna look at my phone, I'm gonna go like something, I'm gonna go share something, you know, like you don't have like the, I mean you do, bro, because of the fact that like I said, like it's kind of like an addiction, so you kind of do want to pick it up. But I mean, when you actually turn off like your data and like the only thing you get is text messages, it's not that hard. And plus like nobody really texts me, so it's not like I have to look at my phone, you know. At most, maybe my mom hit me up to go pick up Juanito. So most of the people I talk to off of Instagram, honestly. Everybody, bro, basically. So like it's not that hard to like well, it's hard to leave it, but it's not hard to like not look at it. You get me?
Oh, so for me, I always thought that Lent was you don't eat meat and you give something else. It's just.
I mean, I guess I'm not. I guess it's also like not super religious either. Yeah. Like I think most people are just like, oh, no se come carne, whatever. Yeah. But it's like, bro, like all week, like you be doing like the most fucked up shit. Yeah, like the most fucked up shit. Like, and then on Friday is the day you can't eat meat, and it's like one day of not eating meat is not. It's not hard.
No.
Like to like sacrifice something, like, you know, like how, you know, whether you believe or not, how God and God's son sacrificed himself, like sacrifice something that you find difficult to actually sacrifice, you know? Yeah, and so like I just, you know, I was like, you know what, man, it's just 40 days, you know, I'm not the most religious person in the world, but just kind of have like a clear conscience and like just, you know, I guess to have like a chill Fridays as well. Might as well, you know, do something different, you know, something different, bro, you know? And so I was like, you know what, fuck it. And so that last week was the first Friday. Like I said, like I really didn't really have anything to do. And so I started like binge watching Spider-Man, which was also kind of hard. And this is kind of like where your attention span does get fucked up. It was hard for me to binge watch shit. Well, first of all, fool, because I'm not a big binge watcher to begin with, and I don't really like TV that much, if I'm being completely honest. And second of all, because your attention span is always like, I want to go to my phone or I want to go do something, you get me? Yeah. So it was difficult. Like it was a sacrifice, bro. Like it sounds stupid to a lot of people, but if you really take away people's phone, like for a day or two, people will go into like some fucking crazy shit. Or like you'll make them do a task and like they can't do a task without every 5 minutes looking at their phone.
Yeah.
And like literally this was the first time that I actually had to like really focus on like mopping or sweeping. And then like another like actually like
without a podcast or
without anything, bro. Like just fucking like focus, bro. So that's kind of like why I'm doing it.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh yeah. That's I don't know for religious purpose. I thought it was just like almost like meditating. You're clear. It's the same concept.
Yeah, same concept along the same line. Nothing crazy, bro. And then like the Spider-Man thing, for honestly, I was just like fuck it, you know, like it gives me kind of like a structure. It's almost like kind of like I mean, it's not that difficult, but it's kind of like you're always doing or like pushing something.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, it just kind of like every time that I like I'm sharing this shit, I'm working on something. You get me? So it's always like every day I'm like pushing something. You know? So it was cool.
Are your parents giving up anything?
I'm not sure. I mean, honestly, we don't really, like I said, like we're not the most religious household, and I'm not the most religious person, so I'm not sure. But I just wanted to do it just because I don't know. I just needed to do something out of my element, and like fuck it, you know, why not?
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not giving anything up, but
That's cool.
My dad doesn't eat meat, and he doesn't drink beer.
Oh,
Beer is
that's cool though.
Beer is his thing. Before he would say, "Oh, I think he's religious, but doesn't want to admit it." So before he would be like, "Oh, because for your grandma."
Okay.
And my grandma's been dead for
3 years.
7 years.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, yeah. So my dad, but for like my whole life, he'll give up drinking beer because that's the only thing. My dad can be summed up in 2 things: plants and beer. That's it. He's a botanist and alcoholic. So, yeah. That's it. That's it for today.
That's it. Yeah. So shout out everybody that's sacrificing something. Hopefully you guys are sacrificing something, I would say, worthwhile. And like just basically, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. I took at the end it got a little bit serious, but it's cool.
Yeah. Before you go repent, go wash your mouth before you speak to the Father, because it's disrespectful to talk to God with a dirty mouth. Is it?
Yeah.
Peace
that's
out.
it. Lights.